So I will be walking us through the steps that we must take in order to set up the scan room for a new exam. First off, we will be disinfecting the high-touch surface areas. This includes the table that the patient will be lying on, the IV chair where we will start up the gadolinium if needed, any high-touch surface areas like door handles, the buttons that we will be using on the MRI unit, um, keyboards, mouse pads, anything that we will be in constant contact with. The coils, especially. We will also be putting on new sheets onto the table and as well as new pillow sheets that the patient will be lying on. Doing this ahead of time ensures that we will have a professional environment for the patient as well as a smooth exam for them as well, having it just ready for them. Next, I will be discussing the what to do once the patient arrives. So after we've set up the room, we will go to the waiting room to greet the patient. When doing this, we want to utilize the two identifiers, which will be the asking for their first and last name and their date of birth. Once this has been confirmed, we'll go over the screening form that they should have filled out in the waiting room and make sure that that we get any clarifications at this point if needed. We want to make sure that we confirm the doctors know where they're getting scanned, where the screening is taking place, if IV needs to be started, if there's any patient history that we need to know about, like any implants or allergies, or if they've had an MRI scan before would be helpful as well. And while we're collecting all of this information, we want to be writing it down in detail so that we may relay this information to the radiologist as well. So once we've done this, we want to take them to the locker room, and this is where they will put away all the personal belongings and artifacts that they have on them. This will include phones, wallets, keys, jewelry, watches, cards, any electronic devices, and all of that. We also will be asking them to change out of their street clothes and into either scrubs or gowns that we will be providing as well. Once all of this has been done, they can take their locker key with them to the scan room if they would want, as long as it is a good distance away from the MRI unit. And yeah. So next we will be discussing the positioning and patient setup. So once the patient is ready to go into zone 4, we will go ahead and lower the table for them so that they can easily sit down on the table and lie down. If they do need our assistance, we will go ahead and help lift their legs onto the bed as well. And so that they're lying in a supine position or not, depending what the scan is going to be. Yes, so at this time we will also be explaining and communicating with them in as much detail as possible what will be happening during this exam. So this is when we'll let them know about the loud noises that they will be experiencing, that they should be communicating with us in case they feel like any heating up sensations or anything like that. But with this, we will also be providing different articles so that they may be comfortable throughout the whole process. This will include earplugs or noise-canceling headphones so that the loud knocking noises will be muffled during their procedure. If they are claustrophobic, depending on the type of exam, the head coils will have mirrors that will look out, or we can provide glasses that will allow them to look at as well. We can also give washcloths or an eye mask so that they don't have to see how enclosed of a space that they are in. If the patient is cold, we can provide a blanket as well. And once they are lying down, we will also be putting a knee pad or a pillow underneath their legs so that depending, especially on the duration of the procedure, it could be long, so we want to make sure they're comfortable. This will help relieve some pressure on their back as well. Another thing that will be provided will be the emergency squeeze ball. This will allow them to grab our attention if necessary, if they are uncomfortable, if they want to communicate something with us, or if they're feeling any of the sensations, they can grab our attention in that way. I would also let them know that they can speak to me at any point through the speaker. So I will be talking to them and checking in on them throughout the exam so that they feel safe and secure. And I will also be reminding them to lie as still as possible so that we can just go through the procedure in one go and we can get the best images that we possibly can. Let's see. But yes, so when positioning our patient, we will be using the laser light to get like the specific screened or the specific area that we will be screening. So with the laser light, I would let them know that they can close their eyes. We don't want the bright light to be in their eyes, or I could just put my hand over their eyes so that the laser isn't directly shining into them. But yes, once all of this is communicated and we've sectioned out like the specific area we will be scanning, we will go ahead and let them know we'll be stepping out of the scan room and into zone 3, which is just right behind the door, and that we will be beginning the procedure.